Hello YouTube. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to actually climb. I'm gonna explain something very important, which is champion mastery. Whenever you watch like high-elo people and they play even in challenger, you see very often they're just very good on their champion. And I'll be explaining you like some of the things that you need to understand on how to carry. If you combine this with like the early game fundamentals, and if you understand what to do at every stage of the game, you will 1v9 like me in this game. You will learn a lot. Make sure to enjoy the video and write down notes as well on the things you feel like you've learned. Do that in your own games and you will climb. Enjoy the video. We're playing a Diana game and the items got buffed. Nash Tooth became cheaper. Further Belt give you more AP and ability haste. Every single buff on the AP items is pretty good. So there's actually many options now. On Diana though, in the past you used to go Leandry's. Now though, Nash Tooth got cheaper and Leandry got nerfed. So honestly, I can see Nash Tooth first item into Rocket Belt being insanely good. And then third Zhonya's. That's the build I'm thinking about. Especially after the buff. Like essentially, you know, I'm just abusing the buffed items. And these items as well are pretty cheap, by the way. They're not that expensive. So let's try this build. I think about it, it's really good. So I think you can go full glass cannon, or you can go third item defensive. But I would say that I would go full glass cannon, I think. But of course, Diana is a champion though that you really want to farm. Get your item power spikes as soon as possible and make good picks. So if you want to master this champion, it is very essential that you basically look for fights with numbers or with laners that are very strong. And I would say that I can definitely win skirmishes with my mid laner. Top lane, not too sure. But I would say mid lane especially, okay? So just pay attention especially to like how I play with numbers. Like this game, I am gonna take good fights with Diana and I'll just explain basically how I'm creating these situations, and I think it's very important on Diana to know how to do that. And as well, right before a fight, I will just explain a bit why I'm taking the fight. Oh, and yeah, let's see. A mid lane with the first blood, I like it. So on this champ though, I would highly recommend to just full clear. I mean, honestly, I will just explain mostly like champion mastery this game, right? On how to master Diana. Because in the end, this is a champion where you require like a little bit of mechanics. It's not too complicated, but you need to understand the decision making behind this champion and how to use your spells. And the general rule on Diana is to make sure that you always keep your passive. Every single time the passive is about to run out, press another spell. Passive about to run out, press another spell. And just keep your passive up, you know? And of course, while clearing, try to not use double E, because then your E goes on cooldown. So after I finish my full clear, okay, I want to go for the crab. And because I want to go for the crab, I'll just smite this to be in the bot side faster. Because even if I don't have smite, as long as my laners can secure the bot lane priority, I will get the crab. And by me being first there, if they try to fight, I'm there. But that guy's sweating. And now I go for the top crab and I'll put a ward here. Okay, Jarvan's like, right now I call it homeless. He's literally jobless right now. Okay, trash is coming. Okay, this could be very good. I'm waiting for them to use their spells. Like now I'm waiting for Jarvan EQ. Okay, now I just push out a wave and look to base as soon as possible. So I got some really nice kills here and Jarvan just respawned. So I really want to base and he came fresh from base, okay? Because he came fresh from base and I really want to base, I will see what he can do and make sure to ping my laners to play safe. You see top lane right now? He really has to base. I am not going to stay around to cover him. I mean, this wave he can if he wants to, because I'm around, but the next wave he cannot. Okay, and Jarvan should be going top to bot. I was gonna build 2 AP items. I mean, I already get attack speed from my passive, so I'd rather build a bit of AP. And what's my game plan right now? Basically, I would say that every single time in Diana, if your camps are up, just farm. What, this guy sneaked the Drake? Okay, this means his raptors are alive, by the way. If someone does the Drake like that, make sure to punish him. Now I'm yoinking his camps. Of course, before you invade, just look at laners, right? I don't see their bot lane, so I should be slightly careful. But because the waves crashed now, I'm just gonna ping my trash. Yo, I might need you, just for lantern. Don't wanna fight. And now I'm gonna go into top side here. But yeah, Yasuo is level 6 right now, and I'm level 6. So I could go for one more combo here. I'm not gonna go for one more combo here, because he's under tower. and I'd rather save my ultimate for something that's more sure. So if I want to press my ultimate, right, ideally the Jarvan should not have EQ, or I ult him in his EQ. That's how you have to think. Then he has no more escape. You see how top lane is getting chased? I keep on farming. Even if he dies, it is what it is. I need 400 gold for my item power spike. And because I need 400 gold, I'm gonna go for full clear here. And it's very important, especially on Diana, to get your item power spikes as soon as possible. Like, I could jungle track here, but I am not gonna focus on jungle track in this game. I'll just focus on, like, skirmishing especially, and just, like, taking the right fights. And let's see what happens if I don't jungle track at all, and just play fights very, very well. Cool. Okay, so you see the HP right here? Yasuo has TP. He can TP from there. I could play a bit slow, but I think that I would win this regardless. Always Q and then see what's popping. Okay. I can flash EQ here and kill him. So here I held my ultimate, and now I can kill this guy as well if I don't get rooted too hard. Well, I got rooted, so I couldn't kill him sadly, but essentially what's very important is that you could see there, I actually held my ultimate because I knew I didn't need it. It's the more you play champion, the more and better you get at like knowing when to use ult and when not to use ult, because just having your ult available, right, is very huge. Because that can win you like another fight. Anyway, time to go back to full clear, and I'm planning to buy my rocket belt. So now I'm pretty strong, and in general, after Nashortooth, try to get Ruby Crystal. I think if you have Nashortooth and you're, you know, full damage, get HP. Don't get more AP. You want survivability. And as well, if you get Nashortooth, you see, the clear gets a lot smoother. Ultimate in 10 seconds. General rule, try to take fights with your ultimate. Oh look, Jarvan just use EQ. Because just use EQ, he cannot survive here. So I don't even have to ult him here. I want to hold it for the backline, if I can reach him. Yo. Okay, my mid lane didn't want ultimate. But you see here how basically like I knew that Jarvan had like no flash and no EQ. And because of that actually, I held my ultimate. So this is something you have to like master, like know when to use ult, so when not to use ult. I would have killed the Ziggs here if Yasuo actually ulted. So that would have been a double kill by simply me being a little bit greedy with my ultimate. Of course I should wait for my Q. Without Q, stack passive. Now I try to go on him. I try to not give him a double dash. Because if he gets double dash, he can escape. Oh, they reach him. He dies. You see, he tried to walk a little bit back into me to get his double dash. So I tried to like space him a little bit. It's just understanding what the enemy champ can do, so you don't waste your spells. And I do think, especially if you're ahead, a Darksteel is kinda nice. Only if you're ahead. I would usually suggest in lower elos to like not buy Darksteel. Just try to rush your Nashortooth as soon as possible. Unless you're confident you're not gonna die and 1v9. But if you're delusional and you happen to have more than 5 deaths a game, don't buy it. Right now, I will ping my Yasuo to push a move. Wait, this guy I can chase him. You can see there, I didn't actually Q first. I pressed EW and then see if he's gonna flash. Because if I Q there, right, he actually might flash my E. So these are very small things I actually think about before I use my spells as well, right? So knowing whether they have summoners or not is very important. And summoners or dashes, same shit. Just anything that makes them jump, you know? So I'll do this objective now. And I will just go for a full clear here, right? I have ultimate. I just finish the Drake, then I look for a fight. I'll play slowly here. Why am I playing slowly here? Okay, not anymore. I'm dodging spells here because, well, I know they're gonna throw some shit. Goodbye. Yeah, I got him. If he's gonna nade to him, I can kill him. That's right. Why I was playing a little bit slow there? Essentially, I was waiting for them to use their spells. Because as Diana in general, right, you don't really want to go in as the first target when they have all their spells, especially if you're going full glass cannon. What I like to do in general is that I like to wait out like a little bit and then go in when they use some of their abilities so I don't get CC'd and like one shot. And just saying, letting your teammates die for you to like 1v9, that's completely fine. Especially if you play a carry jungler. Anyway, if you look at my gold, I have a decent amount of gold. So I would say that I would love the base, especially because I have 1.60 gold after my full clear. And the objective is spawning in 1 minute. These are just fundamentals, right? So look, there's a fight right now. Okay, I'm down to fight. I'm down to fight. Like, why was I not down to fight before? I did not see Renekton. Oh, they're running for their lives. Oh, this guy's trolling. But because I saw Renekton and we're winning, then I'm down to fight. So you can see, even though a teammate of mine is being chased. Okay, look at me. I hold my Q a little bit. I see how he walks. I might have to ult this guy. But I wouldn't use my Q instantly. Like, if I'm really sure I can land it, sure, I'll use it. But if I'm not too sure, I'd rather wait for a little bit. Objective is spawning in 20 seconds. Mid tower is down here. That's okay. I need 170 gold for my item power spike. So I would like to take these camps here. I have cooldowns. God, I miss my Qs like a dog. Okay, I instantly base. Because the objective is spawning. And I go on rocket belt. And now I'm gonna go into top side. Okay, what's my next item? I do have the option of going Zonias. However, I personally think as well that if you're a bit ahead... Okay, that's not true. I was gonna say if you're a bit ahead, I think you can go Rabadon. But at the same time, you can go Zonias. Because if they cannot kill you, it's GG well played. You can go Rabadon if you actually play a lot of macro. But I would say that in general, a bit in lower elos, just stick with like Zonias. It's just... You can make more mistakes. I'm gonna hold my spells here a bit. And then ult now. I mean, I don't have to ult, but just to showcase you why I'm holding my ultimate. I'm making sure he uses dashes. And then I use my ultimate. To make sure I land my spells for sure. But okay, I will go Rabadon though. I can showcase to you guys why Rabadon can be very good. But it requires like good map awareness. Because when's Rabadon bad is when you take like a 3v4 or like a 4v4 straight up. In general, if you're winning, especially if you play Diana and you have super high tempo, you can almost always win side lane and almost always get numbers. And in the end, taking the right fights, that depends on you. That depends on which fights you want to take. And I'll show you. Drake spawn in 50 seconds. Honestly, right before a Drake, if you can buy Zonias, pretty OP. You know, Zonias is really OP, especially at an important fight. If there's, let's say, no important fight, I personally like to go Rabadon. But if a perfect 1.60 gold, just buy Seeker's Arm Guard. It depends as well a bit on your buy, right? You see how my team is playing this far up? Because my team is playing this far up, I'm joining them. Because if there's any fight this deep, I want to be there. Instead of doing Drake. Either I ping them back, or I join them. So now we should be able to... Let me see if this is up. This is up. You see here, simply because I wasn't on the Drake, I could help my Yasuo here. He took a free tower shot for whatever reason. You might be wondering, why are you not doing the Drake here? Because if my laners are like hitting towers or whatever, and their camps are up, I'd rather take the camps first, and then exit together with my laners. If I decided to do the Drake there, I should have pinged my laners, hey, please... Don't hit the tower. I'm not helping you. I'm holding my Q a bit here. I'm like, look how he moves. I'm stacking my passive on the wave. And now I jump on him. And my next ult attack will be empowered. But you see here like very small details like that. Just stacking my passive on the wave. And then basically like using my Q when I know for sure how he's gonna walk is very crucial. Because passive deals close to 300 damage. Why would you not hit minions a few times, stack it up, and then go in? That's how you should play this champion a bit. Just like very small details, right? It's like very important when you play a champ like Diana. So I'm gonna explain a little bit about like the fight choices. So do you see how the Otacon is spawning in 20 seconds in the bot side? And do you see how my top lane is like gonna push the next wave without seeing anyone? I am not gonna ping anyone. And I'll show you what a low elo jungler would usually do. Not always, but very often, okay? They would see their camps, they would go to their camps, but they wouldn't do the following, which is when they see this, they wouldn't ping them to be careful. This is probably the highest chance the enemy team has to win a fight. Like, if it's not for this, they wouldn't win any fight. Like, imagine, okay, if they take a fight with me, how can my teammates lose? The moment I'm here, the fight is instantly done. It's just GG well played. They just cannot play anymore. I have like a rule, which is that either you're there, or you ping them to back off. And I was definitely not there, and I did not ping them back off. Is there like a guarantee that you're gonna survive when you're not there? or even if you ping, not really. But just being consistent with this is very essential. But you get the idea, right? Like, that's why in general, previously when I invaded here, because his camps was up, I could join the fight. I was, you know, when my Yasuo died here on top lane, I was clearing my own camps. Anyway, right now I got my item power spike. I would say I'm pretty strong. One big tip I have, if you want to master Diana though as well, is that I would recommend you to go in a custom game and make sure you know how to press your Q and where to angle it. Personally, I like to actually angle my Q a bit further. So let's say someone's standing here. I would rather aim my Q like somewhere like here, you know? That's something what I like to do, but you can always like practice yourself what you like to do the most. Because a lot of people actually throw the Qs very weird. Let's see, there's a little autocon here. I can just start it. This is probably like okay, it's not like 50-50 because I see an enemy ball in right now. But if all of them are missing, it would probably be not that smart to start it. Like here, I just, you know, ult him, one-shot him. One thing I would recommend you to practice as well is that you want to learn how to hit and move efficiently. If you cancel your alt attacks while hitting moving, that means you're not proficient on your champion. I can cook them. I have Zhonya's. If they back off, I won't dive them. If they don't back off, I kill them. That's simple. I'm not gonna like force a play here, you know? I think in general what happens very often is that people like force a play really hard when you can just take the tower, back off, play for next objective. So see my laners here, okay? I'm not gonna pay them to back off. Look at them fighting. Is this fight good what they're taking? Nope. Do you see here, because I'm not pinging, how deep they are? I'm just like showcasing you guys like how important it is to like ping when you know that you're not gonna be there anyway. And if you know you want to play for the Drake, let's say. Even this fight here. Okay, this is like an okay play, but I would still say bad. Why would we try to cheese it as two men when we don't see anyone? When if you're grouped, it's omega free win. It's the same idea, right? Like, just the more ahead you are, the less risk you want to take. And even if you want to master, let's say, Diana, you need to understand a bit which fights are good and which fights are bad. If you don't understand that, then yeah, kind of hard, you know, to play melee champs in general. Anyway, I have a lot of gold and I would like to spend my gold. I will do it now correctly, okay? Look, now I'm taking my camps. I see my laners fighting, overextending. I would ping them back. I instantly ping back. Maybe if I didn't ping back, he's like, maybe I can all in. But just pinging them tells them, yo, you're in danger, probably, my friend. So how should we play here? Give your team direction. I'm pinging them now in their face. Hey, back off. We should play for the Baron. If they fight and die, that's on them. But at least I gave them a call, and whether they follow it or not, up to them. But at least now they know what to play for. So they're not on the wrong side of the map. Okay. And now we can get the Baron here. Here I could fight, but I'm not gonna fight. But do you see here how I'm like very conscious about numbers? There's no reason to fight when enemy team is more numbers. This guy's 6 levels down. This guy's actually very cooked. I will now look to just play for top tower. And this fight, not necessary to take. My teammates are super far away. Set is dead. They're 5 men. This is like something that like is the only way to come back. One thing as well you should be thinking about is that how can you actually play the right way? And when I say how can you play the right way, I mean in team fights. I think being able to analyze enemy team comp is very key as well. Look at the team comp. Renekton, like I said, well, Renekton can stun me, I'm kind of cooked. Morgana can bind me, I'll be low-key cooked as well. So as long as I keep those things in mind, I will be like in less danger because I'm like, okay, Morgana, no Q. Renekton, no stun. Then I can think, now I can send it. What? Dude, I misclicked that shit. I just ER here. But just thinking in general about enemy threats and knowing how you want to team fight. Whether I want to one-shot the Ziggs, whether I want to one-shot the Jhin. Like, how do I want to fight, you know? It's very essential to do. I maybe want to poke with my Kaisa, you know? Like, just think in general about what your team comp wants to do versus their team comp. Yo, bro. Actually, I haven't used my Proto Belt one single time, by the way. I legit haven't bought this item in so long. And that's, well, GG played. But I explained a bit regarding like mechanics, champion mastery a bit. That was like a diamond emerald game. That's pretty much it for the champion mastery on Diana and how to 6 level gap the enemy genre, you know. GG's.